Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Second down and 8. Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? Be able to get him in the second round? That's what I call a steal.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Mariota.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mariota.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
A first carry now. This is Matthews.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4.
2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A pass there complete to Sutton. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
But from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like
yeah,
that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Tipton. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 19. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Going underneath for Matthews. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule. I'm down.
We're hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Matthews will try and get him in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
On 2nd down now, Matthews. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Mariota. Got a man, that's Richie James. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 43.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a give to Dobbins. There's a nice move. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. They go play action. Mariota. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Max Crosby in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Tens the mic. I'm coming up to
Back to throw. Tipton. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Colts send out their punter. Waiting on it will be Richie James. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's James. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Mariota. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mariota tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
On 1st and 10, Tipton flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Second and 10. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Tipton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw. Tipton. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Looking to throw. Tipton. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Colts are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Matthews. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Off the play fake. Tipton. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Sebastian Joseph Day able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Offense set at the line for this next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. On third down, Mariota. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Play fake, Mariota. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Dobbins. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Mariota. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Robert Tunyon. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 6. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A 1st down carry for Matthews. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
That's it, baby.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down at 5. Off play action. Tipton. Throwing middle, and it's complete. The Colts on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Needing a few yards. Here's Matthews. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Tipton. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Operating from the gun. Tipton. He gets it to Matthews. Complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running from the gun with Matthews. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Tipton. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
To throw on 3rd down, Tipton. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
Eluding the pressure right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They'll look to throw again. He sets up the screen to Matthews. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Switch gears. Switch gears.
Following the penalty, here's Matthews. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Ravens 4-yard line.
He'll try again. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Looking to throw. Tipton. Escaping the pressure right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turned the ball over. Terrible.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down, Dobbins, and he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Ravens send their punter out now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? Returnable here from the 38. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. He'll look to throw. He dumps it off to Matthews. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He's back to throw. Left side caught by Matthews. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as they understand where they are in the field?
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Mariota to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Extra point now by Boswell. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Ravens 17, Colts 7. First Boswell set to kick.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think